Hit the rollie stove with the rollie on. What was our getaway car? Jag portfolio. You hear me? Hey, I heard I had some sneak dissers. Whoever feeling hot, that AR got a heat sensor. Cuz said don't entertain them hungry niggas. I wish I would pay attention to these homeless niggas.
Steph Curry this season has been utterly ridiculous in how great he has played the game of basketball. I mean, this year he's putting up numbers that are absurd, and honestly, before I even get into those numbers, guys, we got to start considering him for the MVP. And I'm not saying that he's going to win it or he should even win it, but I think that there is a legitimate shot and a case to be made for Steph Curry being the MVP of the season. Well, before we go into this video, you guys, if you're not following me on social media, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Those links are down below. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell next to my name to be notified after each and every video. But back to the task at hand, because Steph Curry has really caught my attention. Now, I understand that a lot of people are going to take this completely out of context, but let's be real here. Steph Curry is by far the most efficient scorer that the NBA has ever seen. And sure, routinely he's not shooting 55% from the field or 53% from the field, but the shooting splits that he's putting up and the type of shots that he throws up and his true shooting percentage, it is through the roof. I mean, this guy literally can go 50, 40, 90 on any given season. Now, sure, he's only done it one time, but when you look at how close he's been able to do this on numerous occasions, I mean, he did it in 2016, and we know that's the year that he won the MVP. But look at all the other years that he was almost able to accomplish this. I mean, last year he was literally 0.5 away from the field to accomplishing this, and this year he's literally 1% away from the field from doing it again. And honestly, when you look at the scoring numbers that Steph Curry has put up throughout his entire career and really dissect them, I think that there is a legitimate argument to be made that Steph Curry is the greatest scorer in NBA history. And honestly, I understand that a lot of people are going to take that as me dissing other great scorers in NBA history, but it's not even just about the points per game that he puts up in comparison to other players, but it's the way that he does it and the efficiency that he does it with. Because Steph Curry is by far, even if you don't think he's the greatest scorer, and I'm not saying that he is, but he is by far the most efficient scorer and the most efficient player that we have ever seen in NBA history. And I know a lot of people are going to say, for one, he's not the best player on the team. Well, let's keep it real here. Steph Curry is the most important player on the Golden State Warriors roster. We see how him being on the court versus him off the court affects the offense, how it affects Klay, how it affects Draymond, and even how it affects Kevin Durant. Because Kevin Durant, when he is the sole focus of the offense and Steph Curry is not, we can see that the game kind of slows down a little bit. The pace slows down, the ball movement is not as fluid, and KD has to do a lot of isolation plays. And it's not like KD can't do ISO and have the offense flow through him, but that team is not built for Kevin Durant. It's built through Steph Curry. And that brings me to this season, because I think a lot of people are overlooking what he is doing this year, because Steph Curry this year is putting up phenomenal numbers as he's nearly averaging 30 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, a steal, while shooting 49% from the field, 44% from 3, and 93% from the free throw line. And when you look at what he did in the month of December, because a lot of people are going to overlook it because James Harden was phenomenal in December, and don't get me wrong, Harden had a way better December than Steph Curry did, especially when you consider the obstacles that he had to climb. But Steph Curry was still phenomenal, as he averaged 28 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, while shooting 46% from the field and 42% from 3, as well as 91% from the free throw line. But what I really want to harp on is what he's done in this new year, because in the last 10 games since the new year started, Steph Curry has been on a rampage that nobody has talked about, as he's averaged 32 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, a steal, while shooting 50% from the field, 43% from 3, and 98% from the free throw line. And another thing that people are not talking about is that Steph Curry is already on pace to be second all-time in three-pointers made in one season, as he is on pace to nearly have 367 three-pointers. Now, I know history and three-point shooting is not anything that's new for Steph Curry, but when you consider the fact that he has missed time due to injury, that is a huge deal that he is going to be second all-time in three-point shooting. Now, it may not be that big of a deal because all the other people that are even close in his vicinity in that record are himself at first, himself at third, himself at fourth. I mean, it's just crazy. Steph Curry is a phenomenal three-point shooter. We all know that by now. But the thing about Steph Curry that I really want to harp on this year is because of the fact that he is really valuable on his team. And I understand that a lot of people are going to say Harden is definitely more valuable to his team's success, and I'm not going to debate that. But when you look at the fact that he is the most valuable player on the best team in the NBA, though they're not the best team by record, let's be real here, they're the best team in the league. And when Steph Curry is on the court versus when he's off the court, the offense is a whole different scenario, even when they have the other players that are all-stars and possibly going to be Hall of Famers. For Kevin Durant's case, we know for sure he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. It's a huge deal that the offense is not the same without Steph Curry, and honestly, they're worse without Steph Curry. That's something that you have to consider in the MVP discussion. Now, look, like I said before, I understand the other candidates such as Giannis, James Harden, and even LeBron James, in my opinion, when he comes back, is going to make a case for the MVP. But I'm just saying that we have to look at what Steph Curry is doing this season and really think about it. Can he possibly steal the MVP? And is he having a season that is worthy and being deemed an MVP season? Because in my opinion, I think this is an MVP year. And I think aside from the 2016 season, this is possibly the best season of his career. Now, I understand people will say 2015 as he was the #1 option and they were blowing teams out left and right. But the thing is about Steph Curry this year, we've just become accustomed to how great he is. And honestly, it's a shame because sometimes he's going to miss out on some accolades that he probably deserves, such as the MVP. So you guys in the comment section, y'all let me know what y'all think about Steph Curry's season. Also, if you're not subscribed, like I said, y'all better hit that subscribe button, hit that bell next to my name to be notified, and also you guys subscribe to the second channel and follow me on Twitter. The links are down below. Y'all have a great day. I'm out. Peace.